Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Tuesday, February 17th. The Mag 7 is pretty red this morning. We thought it would probably be down, so we'll be looking at the cues to short down or put down today. But let's see what else is going to be happening. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose, only not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And how are you guys this morning? And let's click right over to the heat map. There you go. You can see your Mag 7 is pretty red right there. And you have a few runners this morning. This OBAI, things with AI in it definitely have been running lately, that's for sure. And PLYX was jumping up pretty big this morning. Didn't see that one. And we were talking about Zim last night, and that did run. And MASI right there. Your show art is on point today. There you go, Sam. You like that, huh? And so yeah, trying to make it a little better and better each time. So thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. And yeah, Massey right here at MASI, this was jumping up as well. Gapped up LFS running up. And that Rhyme still running a little bit this morning. We were talking about that. But Zim, that was a good one right there. And let's see, NASDAQ futures are down right there. You can see your futures right here. There's your NASDAQ, and it is down 0.72%. Your Dow Jones is down 0.12, and your S&P down 0.27 right there. Look at that Nikkei. That thing's getting smashed. Remember, it had been running up, and remember we were talking about the VIX looking pretty decent right here? Well, there you go. I would say it's looking pretty decent right there. And your UVXY was looking a little bit better, to be honest with you. This thing had that 2050 meet up and looked like, oh, yeah, look at that thing. That thing could run. So we could get a nice little pop off of that, as a matter of fact. Good morning, Cadence. How are you this morning? And Luis Rodriguez and everybody else. So, yeah, let's see what's happening here. We'll go through our list and see what we see with our Qs, Mag 7, SPY, all that good stuff. But yeah, Qs way down right there, and they look like they're going to be pulling back some more. So it does look like it's going to be a red morning right there. Your SPY is down as well. Your Qs are definitely down. It looks like a little bit more than your SPY, but your SPY doesn't look great either at the moment. What was that down? That's down 0.2. Yeah, that's way down. Your Qs and your Mag 7 getting smashed right there. IWM, though, that is down, but not looking so bad. I mean, look at that look right there. You could see your small caps get moving right here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And Apple, that is coming down a little bit. You think that's going to touch either this one or that one. So you're going to see it pull back. And this is your first stop at 251. It should get to. It's at 255 right there. So yeah, I think we're going to see a red market today. Amazon right here pulling back a little bit. And that's still in the basement. Then Google making its way towards that 300. And there you go. Psychological level right there, Luis Rodriguez. And there you are with that one. And Meta right there pulling back, and looks like it could come down to that trend line. And what about Microsoft? That's down $2. And that one was looking good, but it could roll off that MACD and bounce down right now. With the market, obviously, it's not looking so perfect right now. Let's put it that way for Microsoft. It is getting set up, though. And NVIDIA pulling back a little bit right there. And then Tesla is the only one that looked like it had a shot to move. And that's not even moving because it's moving back down a little bit. So that's not going anywhere. It's AMC right here. That's just kind of hanging out, but this may be getting set back up with GameStop. So we'll be keeping an eye on them, see if they want to get set up this week. Chewy right here just hanging out after its dips, and Unity took a nice little fall. And that's in the basement. We'll have to see what that wants to do. How about your Netflix drama? And that is still down right there, and PSKY up a little bit, but it doesn't look too bad right there. I'm amazed right here. Warner Brothers, that looks great. So Warner Brothers, I think, is one of them ones that you can keep an eye on. That one looks great, even in this market right here. So yeah, something's going on there, I must say. But yeah, Netflix not looking so bad, and I'm actually impressed. NFLX right here, I'm amazed that it's down there. But maybe it gets set up right there off that basement in the bottom and gets cruising again. So we'll be watching for Netflix to see if that's a good opportunity. Let's see what our semiconductors are doing this morning. And they are pulled back. AVGO and MU was definitely down. testing that trend line right there. It looks like it could come through and come down a little bit more. TSM pulling back. Looks like it has some good pullback. SMCI has been pulling back a little bit, and it is pulled back a little bit more today. It doesn't look terrible right there. If it crosses through the MACD, it's not going to be good, but for some reason, it looks like it wants to stay up there. AMD right there pulling back a little bit, and this one had been trying to get set up. It's not doing it now, that's for sure. And QCOM down a little bit. It looked good yesterday. Well, it looked good Friday again, and I'm telling you, QCOM will be a good opportunity right there to get popping. We already played it one time. We'll play it again as it gets set up. And snow right here coming back down. It was running up on Friday. PayPal wasn't looking too bad. And there you go. It's up a little bit. PayPal is another one, could be a good opportunity. So you have like PayPal and Warner Brothers. That's about it this morning. Everything else not looking so well. Intel pulling back right there. That looks like it could come back a little bit. And Dell was pulling back a little bit as well. So that definitely, it was looking really good. Now it has a setup period. IBM been pulling back. It's kind of making a base down there. It might level down. Palantir has been pulling back as well. And Sophie coming back down a little bit more. So I would say the market's a little bit red. Your Matter and Riot, Bitcoin will go through it and see what's going on this morning. It is pulled back a little bit, but here's your Matter and Riot. They're down just a little bit. Bitcoin's at 67,862, and Solana's at 8511. And then your Ethereum's under 2,000. It's at 1969 right now. Cardano's at 28 and Ripple's at 145. So there you are with that. And how about that Nasdaq? It was looking great the other day, wasn't it? Progressive G, and yeah, that was looking good, and that could continue its way up. We were talking about that last night, as a matter of fact, and yeah, that does look pretty good. I don't see that it's moving just yet at the moment, but that is looking good right there. And let's see what the rest of these MicroStrategy, MSTR pulled back a little bit this morning. And Robinhood and Coinbase, they're also pulled back a little bit this morning. And Bull right here is down a little bit. It's under $6. Wow, look at that bad boy. And Space right there, look at that. And let's see what that's doing. SPCE. And that actually looks pretty good, guys. That could be another one to look at. SPCE right there. That's not looking bad. So keep an eye on that one right there. And let's see what the rest of this list is up to. Let's finish it up real quick. Boeing right there pulling back. That one's trying to get set up. We'll see if it can get crossed up and get really moving. And DJT, I don't think it's ready just yet. And Nike right here is kind of setting up right there. It does not look bad. Lulu is down a little bit, but that one's trying to get set up as well. McDonald's had been pulling back and the market's red, so that will go up. And there you go. And Disney right here is down just a hair, but they have all Luis Rodriguez's money from his wife and his daughters going there, so they're doing fine. Oxy right here looking a lot better, that's for sure. And let's see what Exxon Mobil's up to. Look at that bad boy running back up. CVX running back up. That one's still looking good right there. And DXYZ. Let's see what our Destiny Tech 100 with Space Tech or SpaceX right here. So there you go. That's what they look like. Let's see what else is going on right here. And yeah, Google touching that 300. Fed minutes are being released tomorrow. Walmart earnings are Thursday during pre-market. Bellwether for consumer spending, that's for sure. And PCE numbers on Friday. The PCE is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge right there. So there you are. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. If PCE comes in higher than expected, the market will immediately price in no rate cuts in 2026. So there you are. That's interesting right there. I'm telling you, we're going to see something happen in Iran over here. It doesn't say it on these charts, so you can see this. They're at 1%, nothing happening, but something's going to happen here. You can just kind of tell. what's going on. We can even look at our aerospace and defense LMT, still cruising up there, still looking good. Huntington Ingalls right here. It's flat but setting up. Northrop Grumman not looking bad right there. AV that was up this morning like 3%. There you go. Look at that jumping up. And RTX, wasn't that the other one? So yeah, look at this bad boy. That one's looking good. So a lot of these aerospace and defense starting to look really good right there, guys. So definitely be keeping an eye on them. And I do think something's going to happen with Iran. That $2 Sinez Tech, it did pop up. Progressive G, we'll keep an eye on that. It does look really good right there, too. It looks like it could get reversed back around into a bullish channel over here and start getting rolling. So maybe it's going to make that little base and start curling right back up. And I bet this one does do much better in the warmer seasons. I would have to assume in the summer and stuff. I mean, it is a rat control. So I would assume the population of rats is a little lower in the wintertime. So that's the Tech, but definitely looking pretty good. And if Walmart says the consumer is weakening, the entire market will drop. That's for sure. Walmart is a big indicator for the consumer spending. That's for sure. So we'll be watching that. WMT. And when did you say that's happening? Thursday, huh? So there's your earnings. They'll be Thursday the 19th right there. So we'll be watching out for that Walmart right there. And isn't Trump in Iran today for a meeting? I have no idea, Cadence. He could be. I have no clue. We'll have to check into that, but thank you for that. I'm not even sure. Let's look and see if it says something here. I don't see anything. Carlyle and BlackRock buy cheap software loans to boost CLO profits, and stock futures fall to start shortened week as tech and software shares slide. And why the Halo trade boosting hard assets is no fluke, according to Morgan Stanley. Wall Street wakes up, and the NASDAQ futures lead losses, and the chip stocks way, and that's what the news says right there. So I'm not sure. He may be, though, because I know the last time they said that they were going to have continued talks and they were going to be a couple weeks away, and I guess that was a couple weeks ago. So that's a very good possibility right there. Cadence NCLH. What is that? NC. LH. There you go. Oh, Norwegian Cruise Line. Look at that thing. Not looking bad. What's Carnival Cruise doing? Isn't that CCL? Carnival Corp is what it's called. And that's kind of pulling back at the moment. But yeah, that last one, that Norwegian one, looking pretty decent. It has resistance right there, but it does look like it's going to get set up. And I'd say your SQQ should look pretty good today. That's for sure. And it does look pretty good today. What do you know? And it's been jumping up there and it's curling up and it does look pretty good. So assume that your Qs are going to be coming down. That's your short hedge for the Qs right here. And again, there's your Qs. They're pulling back a little bit. Let's look at the minute chart to see exactly what they're doing. They came in up here, so they definitely pulled back. They're down. They were in the 600 range on Friday, and that was after a nice big pullback day. Oh no, Thursday was big pullback day. I'm so confused. Anyway, we'll be keeping an eye on the Qs right here, and I do not think that they look that great right there. They could be coming in. You just checked in U.S. and Iran talks in Geneva. Trump indirectly involved per headline. Thank you, Cadence, for that. So appreciate you checking that out for us and keeping us updated. So I think Jared Kushner and that other dude are over there doing all the talks and stuff like that. So I don't think Trump's involved with a whole lot of the talks right now. I mean, Kushner and the other dude, they're the ones that got the peace deal done with Israel or with Hamas and got the hostages released. So it wasn't necessarily, I mean, it's under Trump, let's put it that way. He okays it all, but yeah, it was Jared Kushner and I forget the other person, but there's like him and two people. They go and do all the talks now, and guess they're pretty good at it. I mean, they got the hostages released. I would say that's a pretty big step right there. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the talks in Iran. But I honestly think that all of this is just stalling or just hoopla, because Trump's already done made up his mind a while ago. He made up his mind when they were killing all these protesters, guys. He said, "You know what, you guys are done. You're toast." You kill people, you're going to pay for it. We'll let you act like you get away with it and everything's all good and it blows over, but it's not blowing over. Israel and the U.S. are going to do something that we had never seen before in military history. I'm telling you, they're going to pull off something wild. We thought Venezuela was wild. This is going to be crazy. And whatever they go in and do, it's going to be crazy. I don't know what it is, but they're going to do something pretty wild. I can tell you that right now. And that's why you see this market just so jumping around like crazy. You can see it's starting to set up really right now. I mean, we knew something was going on. I think we're like within 2-3 weeks, 2 weeks or so. I think by the end of the month, we see something. So, yeah, but it could be any moment at this point. As you're nearing the end of this month right here and you're at the 17th and I do. I think by next Saturday, not this coming up Saturday, but the next Saturday, you're going to see something happening over there. So that's what I think, to be honest with you. And good morning, Larry. Nothing looks good. Yeah, to shorten the queues, the queue puts are going to be looking good. That's for sure. In Central Florida Gardening, how are you, Steve Wittoff? Who is that? I know that name. Oh, that's the guy that does the talks. Thank you. I was going to say, I know that name. There you go. There. Thank you, Central Florida Gardening. That's exactly the other person that does the talks with Jared Kushner. That's why I know the name. Steve Wittoff. That's his name. Thank you so much. So, yeah, that's the guy. And Jared Kushner, they do all the talks now. I guess they're a pretty good team together because, like I said, somehow they got them hostages released. I don't think anybody thought that was ever going to happen. So, good morning there, LAG Ringa 507, something like that. Lag Ringa 507. Good morning there. So, yeah, there you are with that. But, yeah, Jared Kushner and him and Steve Wittoff will be doing the talks over in Iran today. So, we'll see what's going to happen over there. And, again, I already think that something major is about to go down over there. So, I don't think anything that they're talking about is really going to make a huge difference. I just think that they're over there just trying to do something, maybe even keep them distracted maybe a little bit there, laptop travel. So, yeah, power up there. And we'll see what's happening with all that. But I do think something's going to be going down relatively soon. And that's what the market looks like right there. Let's see what our SPY and Qs are looking like. SPY still down right there. And I mean, it doesn't have a curl up look. I must say, it doesn't look like it wants to get rolling just yet. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. And your Qs are still down pretty good. And they don't look really good either. IWM, that could get moving today. And this one's the only one. This one actually looks pretty good right there. Let's see some of these small cap ones and risk assets, ONDS and stuff. Look at that getting set up, guys. That's really nice. Galaxy pulling back, but crypto is as well. ASTS, that's pulling back some more. Look at that dip right there on ASTS. Holy cow, that's going to be a good opportunity. And UMAC right there. Now that's getting set up too. UMAC, ONDS right there. I'm telling you guys, Redwire, that's going to start getting set up right here. You can see that one. I know the 20's over, but that's going to start getting curled up and based out. Look at Nuclear right there, setting up in a really good spot. That's for sure. And Oklo right there, not too bad. SMR, another nuclear one, that's up a little bit this morning. So there you go with your nuclear ones. And EOSE down a little bit, nothing real crazy, but that looks like it's trying to make a little base. Iron right here down this morning, that could pull back a little bit more. And your critical metals, let's go through these and see what's going on. They're still pulling back some. They could pull back a little bit more right there. MP down some. So, yeah, nothing really jumping out in the market, looking beautiful. I mean, the Q puts, they look a little good. UAMY, United States Anatomy Corp, that one's pulling back as well. What is USAR up to right there? And that one's even down. So, ASPI, this one was looking pretty decent last week. It's just kind of making a base, trying to get set up, not really doing a whole lot. And your 4Us right here, Luis Rodriguez is touching that support line. Doesn't look beautiful right there. UNH pulling back. We thought maybe this had a chance to go up a little bit today as well, but not. And yeah, UMAC not looking bad. I'm telling you. So some of these guys looking pretty good right here. That's for sure. UAVS right there, just kind of flat. How about that service now? That's up. That was looking pretty good. Arms looking pretty strong last night. That's pulling back. That could be a good opportunity right there. And Lowe's and Home Depot not doing a whole lot this morning. I looked at them. Toyota Motor right there was down pretty big, Luis Rodriguez. And that QCOM we looked at was down. And Wolf right here, that Wolf speed just kind of hanging out this morning. And what about a couple of these? Reddit still pulling back. Oracle right there still pulling back. So we're going to definitely have to be patient with these, but they're going to be good setups because they're way down there. And Snap right there. What is Snap? Snap way down there as well. What is this one? SMAP is a small mid cap equity ETF or something. So there you are. Which ones are copper, guys? I always forget which ones the copper are. I'll look over here at the futures and tell you. We can tell by the metals, but I always forget what the copper. Whoop, that's meats. That's not metals, but there's copper right there. The only one that looked great last night was the palladium right there. So Rhyme's still cruising. But yeah, copper right here. Let's take a better look at it and see. And it does look like it's pulling back right there. I'm not going to lie. And I think gold and silver, let's take a look at them as well while we're looking at them. I mean, gold's hitting that 20, but it does look like it's pulling back. Silver looked like it was pulling back as well. So, yeah, it does look like they're pulling back right there. GLD, that's down this morning right there. JNUG. And the gold miners, they're down. So if you want to see J Dust, this one's going to be up right there a little bit. And DUST is going to be up. That's up a little bit as well. Look at them setups. Those look pretty good right there. You know, that's in a good spot. Looking good, DUST. Might want to keep an eye on that one right there. DUST, that's a 2-time short the gold miners down. So definitely a good look. Silver right there, still coming down as well. Rhyme right here was looking pretty good this morning. Still jumping around right there, so you can keep an eye on that. Still looks pretty healthy, and it came in. It was up there. It closed right there, pulled back. Now it's getting back to where it basically closed the other day. And you might get moving with Rhyme. This one could have a good Rhyme today, so keep an eye on that. That one's like the best looking one at the moment, I would say. A little momentum right there. That's what your market looks like. And Sleepy Uber Bulls, it says. What's Uber up to? Uber is just down, and Lyft was down as well right there. I know that. So they took some big dips. So yeah, there's some good dips in the market, I must say. But Warner Brothers not looking too bad right there. Look at that bad boy cruising, and PayPal, that's getting set up for sure. And SPCE right here, Virgin Galactic, not looking too bad. And then your Dust and them guys and WATT. I remember Ariel talking about this guy not long ago. Look at that thing, Watt running up there some more. So there you go. And in near, I can't even say that word. So I ain't even gonna attempt it this morning. How's that? Anyway, that one is running in the top right there. And I remember Ariel on the small cap mentioning that a couple weeks ago. Like when it was, I remember it was just getting into the top right there. So it was like right back there. And that is what you got for the market this morning. So, yeah, a little all over the place, but Mag 7's definitely red. And some of your small caps and risk assets not looking bad. IWM bouncing around right there. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord. You guys know that. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits. Just making sure I got through all the messages right there. And I think I did. Larry and Cadence and Central Garden, Florida. And Lagringa 507 hanging out. Of course, Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Progressive G, and Sam. I'll see you guys in the Discord this morning. And everybody else, I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to like the show and all that good stuff and follow along. So, yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll see what's going on. It does look like the market could pull back some more today. As you can see, your Qs are pulling back right there. So looks like one of them days that will be timing the puts down, and it looks like it'll be pulling back. We'll see. We'll come all the way down to the 580 area. It's under 6 now, so it could easily move down pretty quick. We know that. So you guys know we'll be all over it in the Discord and keeping an eye on things, and then keep you guys posted as to what's happening. Keep your eyes open for that Iran info, because I'm telling you, something's going down there pretty soon. You can see it by this wild volatile market. So I think we're getting real close to seeing something happen here. So, and that's going to be a lot bigger than that Venezuela one where they just kidnapped. Is that the country that they kidnapped the president? I keep saying that. I don't even know. Maybe I should look into it and double check. I totally forget. It just happened a couple weeks ago, and it's like I completely forget. But anyway, that's what's going on. And then your Fed minutes are getting released tomorrow, and the Walmart earnings are Thursday. So there you go. Consistency spikes. The consistency spikes running on here real quick, trying to hop on at the end of the day. Look at that. He's doing the old Michael Anthony move. I'm just kidding. Consistency spikes. Docs right here. That's way down. I'll have to see. It's down this morning. So we'll see how it gets set. It'll get set up right here. It's just not perfect this morning. That Microsoft still dipping down too. Yelp, that was taking a beating. We looked at this last night. Remember, I brought it up on the beat down stocks when we were looking at them, and yeah, we'll have to look at it. It's down there I mean, it's trying to bounce off that trend, but I don't know if it's exactly ready yet for Yelp. Yelp needs some help. That's what that needs. And TTD, that trade desk, hasn't looked so good either. I don't know what's going on with this. It looks a little better down here. They do have their earnings coming up on the 25th. Maybe it's getting set up to run pre-earnings right there, consistency spike. So I'll keep an eye on TTD right there to see what it wants to do today, because like I said, it could get set up to try to run. Let's see if it wants to roll off that MACD going down or try to crawl up and go up. You can't exactly tell, but I might be able to get a better idea today as it's moving around here after the 3-day weekend. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that 3-day weekend, and you guys enjoy the market today. And again, it isn't a beautiful one, but there's always opportunities. We know that consistency spike, so we'll definitely find them. And it could just be putting the short cues down, and that's always easier right there. So that is what we have for you guys this morning. Crypto's down, market's down a little bit, and we'll keep you guys posted. So be sure to trade smart, lock in those profits. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.